afternoon, Mets fans, and happy Friday. Welcome to a long overdue edition of Driving with Mr. Met. I am Mr. Met, and I thank you, as always, for tuning in. It's been a couple of days since I've recorded anything, and I feel as though I'm on sort of like a broken record here because the topics really haven't changed very much. In the last few days, I was away and in a rental car that I was unable to mount my phone in, so couldn't do a Drive with Mr. Met from the road. At some point, I will get a car that has an air conditioning vent that will cooperate with my my portable iPhone mount. But until that time, it'll just be a couple of days when I'm on the road that you won't hear from me. So again, the roller coaster continues, up and down and up and down, and that's the story of the season, quite frankly. The Mets just cannot seem to string together consistent play, and it's what's plaguing them, and it's what's causing this season so far to be shaping up to a lost season. And I hope that changes, but at this point in time, I'm not sure that it's going to. So the Mets just finished up a disappointing home series and home stand. They did go 500 on the home stand, which is an improvement over their last home stand, of course. But you know, dropping 2 out of 3 to the lowly San Diego Padres, who arguably are the worst team in baseball, is just unacceptable for a team that intends to contend. And the Mets just cannot get out of their own way. The bullpen continues to be an absolute dumpster fire at best. They are so bad that it's almost like as soon as you take the starter out of the game, even when they have a good outing, which hasn't been often enough this season, it doesn't feel like you can be confident in any of the guys in the bullpen, and that's just brutal. It's just absolutely killing the team. There have been some bright spots. They're few and far between, and Michael Conforto is at the top of that list. Despite a pretty bad outing last night with 3 strikeouts and ended up having a base hit in the 9th, but I think it was the 9th, but Conforto's been pretty much the consistent bright spot over the last month or so. There isn't much after him to really talk positively about. DeGrom has been okay. Harvey's making a slight push toward being a decent pitcher. He's of course nowhere near where we all want him to be, being the Dark Knight. But where does the bleeding stop? When does the bleeding stop? Who's going to come out of this bullpen and be the roadblock? Be the guy that says no more runs. Who is it? I mean, it's not Salas. It's obviously not Robles. He's down in the minor leagues right now. It's certainly not Josh Smoker. Edgett has been okay at times and not so good at other times. Other than Addison Reed, who also has struggled now and again, there's really no one in the bullpen right now who you feel like you can trust. And I should mention Jerry Blevins has been outstanding, but he's been overused very badly. And the bullpen, come on. Rafael Montero, I feel like I'm talking about this guy all the time because for whatever reason, the guy has 9 lives. There's no way he should be on the major league team. There's just no conceivable reason why this guy, who has an ERA over 9, should be in a major league uniform. I don't even know if he should be playing in Vegas at this point. Frankly, the Mets need to DFA him. I'm done talking about it. I don't even want to mention his name anymore. I feel like I've said that about 100 times this year already, and we've only played 50-some games. And Montero is just the biggest disappointment. And it's amazing when you think back to 2014, when Montero came up at the same time as DeGrom, and it was Montero who was the headliner. He was the guy that was supposed to be the star pitcher, and it ended up, of course, being DeGrom who was the star, and an absolute star. And Montero is just absolutely one of the worst pitchers I have ever seen in a Mets uniform. And I've seen a lot of bad ones. We all have. But as I was mentioning, the decision to send Robles down earlier in the week and keep Montero up, I get that Robles has struggled, but you can also point to a few times this season where Robles was good. Point to one time this season where Montero was good. I dare you. You can't, because he's never been good. And yet the guy still gets chance after chance after chance. There's no money tied up in him. We didn't trade a bunch of prospects to get him or a big name to get him. I don't know what the team's reluctance to just part ways with this bum is. I can't figure it out. So going into this weekend series with another pretty bad team, the Pittsburgh Pirates on the road, the only thing I want to see happen, is for Montero to not pitch. That's it. That's all I want to see. Or I don't want to see. I don't want to see Montero pitch. Period. If that happens, I don't even care if the Mets lose all 3 games. I'll still be a little bit happy. Well, maybe not, but that's all. No more Montero. No more Montero. Reinforcements are on the way. Hopefully, the walking wounded are getting a little bit healthier. That can only be a good thing. But here's to hoping that Matz and Lugo are close to coming back, because when either of those 2 guys return, Montero has got to be the person removed from the Major League roster to make room for one of them. So hopefully Matz and Lugo come back. Hopefully they can add some depth to the rotation / the bullpen, and just their presence and some fresh arms might turn some things around for other guys in the pitching staff. So that's all for today. I thank you guys for watching. If you're not already doing so, please follow me on Twitter at Mr_Met and participate in my prizeless Mets trivia, which is a lot of fun. And I hope you're participating. If you're not, do. Even if you're not a Mets fan, you can participate. I know a lot of people do that aren't Mets fans, so it's a good time. And hopefully we can get to seeing Mets baseball. That's a good time. It's long overdue in 2017. So the series starts tonight in Pittsburgh. DeGrom is on the hill. Jake has historically been able to be a stopper, and hopefully he can continue that tonight. So as always, thanks for watching, and let's go Mets.